Hey ho, howdy ho, neighborino. This is yet another spur of the moment live. I just wanted to let y'all know that I did keep my word, as I always try my best to do, and started watching the at least the beginning of the last live, and I gotta say I'm almost considering completely editing out the beginning because the audio quality is so below subpar. So I suppose I will await any feedback, but just rewatching, not only for the comments, but just for the sake of rewatching, I am not feeling too excited about how well the audio played out for the whistleblower regarding the or that wasn't the whistleblower, the woman that respectfully went to a hearing to talk about nope, wrong, sorry. It was the IRS being used as a weapon. A okay, Ali, thank you. I hope so. My concern is like the just the beginning part that I see dragged on for over a half hour. I'm worried that that might I don't know turn away possible viewers. I mean, usually I don't edit anything. I never really edit anything. My skills of editing are so limited, but it just seemed so hard to hear, and I worry that things like that just kind of turn people away. Queen, thank you. D Libby, hello there. All right, so I mean, hey, all I gotta hear is some wisdom and some truth from people I trust, which is every one of you, celebrated thinkers, independent thinkers. That's as I see you all. And I guess I can stay true to the actual, sorry, I was gonna say queen. Oh, I got Queen on the brain. No, just saying the title. Okay. I started thinking, I don't know how these seeds begin to spring. Okay. Okay, the pineapple guy. All right, word pineapple guy that has upside down pineapple. Remember, you got to do this absolutely appropriate to the T, no room for error with SpongeBob SquarePants himself or itself. Does SpongeBob have a does he have an outie or an innie or multiple innies? Have we had this discussion? Must we have this discussion? What's up, Nick? This is going to be a bit of a comedic freestyle. But as I was going on, and welcome to the Rant Fest, I don't know how this seed got planted. I believe I was just watching an old live stream. I was. I will see how long I can last without name dropping. Hell, maybe I won't name drop at all. But I was watching somebody on these YouTube streets within this little pocket of YouTube challenging, which is similar to something that happened to me back in the so-called early days when this channel got its just desserts in terms of the traction, attention, the call outs, and all that when some fuckface went on, didn't even tag me and put my name in the title and said, "Hey, Progressive Patriot, why don't you come here and answer this, that, and the other?" And I was at work, and I had to rely on. Unfortunately, the people then are not all still with us here. On the advice given, which was no, don't respond. Your response will only feed it, which that's true advice. Your response will only be used as more fodder against you. So sometimes, truly, a lack of action, inaction is action in of itself. It's sometimes it's a wiser strategy. If you go on impulse, usually on anything, you can pretty much trust that it's not going to have a positive outcome. So I'm trying to redefine the term bully as we understand it on YouTube. Something I just saw, maybe if you have been around the same channels as I do, am I the only one that goes and checks up on channels that I'm not subscribed to? Because it's either somebody that I once had a positive relationship with or collaboration, or it's just you get curious. You get curious and you want to see what the quote unquote other side is doing, seeing, which is bad, because I really grown to pride myself in my ability to keep my nose and my path in the right place. But I see channels that use their platform to go ahead and call other people out and tag them and demand that they go on over to their channel and give an explanation like, who are any of us to make such demands of people? I suppose I understand if it's one platformer to another, if the original, the OG platformer was talking some mess that the current platformer found to be unacceptable and has questions. I mean, whatever happened to some sort of courtesy, like reach out civilly, just be like, "Hey, I'd like to talk to you. Here's my email. Here's a private way to do it." Is it all really like, are there so many people that are compromised that they just want to insult everybody's intelligence and just get views because they want to see two people that on paper or they know won't get along have a dialogue? And they're all going to tune in not to see anything get squashed, not to see an olive branch extended, not to see peace and unification. No, there is some sort of generic pervasion of pride in watching people dissent from one another, to argue and to hit below the belt, to dig up dirt and to group up on people. And it's a really, really disgusting, shitty, reprehensible way to conduct oneself. I don't expect my own moral barometer, my own code of ethics to supersede the way people decide to handle their business on YouTube. But I really have a curiosity. If your goal is to really reach out to somebody else, another human being, is it really like is the best way forward to make it a grandstanding public gesture? This is not some old west shit where it's a duel at dawn and somebody's life is at stake. And that's how some of these people treat it. I don't understand. Let me see what Nick said. Some people want the, yeah, you're right, drama brings because they have nothing better to do. I think Nick just summed up what I view to be about, I don't know, fucking 75% of YouTube. That's YouTube economics right there. People beefing that don't have the stones or brains to just have a civil damn conversation. So, with their Neanderthal ways, they want to start throwing stones at one another, maybe and light some fires and drag as many other players into the game, start making sides, and with sides and viewers comes more views, and with more views, I guess it fuels the grandiosity. If people look at numbers, I used to be a number it's obsessed kind of prick, and it used to drive me and Josh crazy. I couldn't help it. I'd always look at the fucking numbers, but man, if you do something long enough, you got to do it for more reason than that. It's not always the reward that you anticipate or want that's going to keep you going. Sometimes doing what you do is the reward in of itself. What's up, Tech? That's a OG hero right there from the Stuck in the Middle days. Good evening, and it's great to see you. This is gonna be a quick one. I'm sorry to say. I just so while I'm at it, I'm pondering on the evolution of bullies, right? Like your old school pre-internet bully is the son of a bitch that would take your milk money or use their size, intimidation, or maybe charisma and numbers of their circle to make you feel less than or intimidated, whatever the case. And continuing on, we got ourselves the internet, and give me a moment. Sorry, sorry. I am totally focused. Absolutely 100% focused. um the term bullies has absolutely evolved into something a bit more dangerous. Big salute, Big Cat. Good to see you. I'll be returning to work tomorrow, man. As much as I don't want to. Um, I think the definition of bullies now is more prevalent. Like it's synonymous with cyber stalking and harassing and doxing, and just that. that the harassment that comes from a large number. It's so alarming, it's so heartbreaking. What breaks my heart about it, it takes people's minds off of all of the important things in life, or whatever you want to quantify as important. If we're really concerned about the country, how can you call yourself a patriot if you're engaged in some daily, yearly beef of trying to ruin somebody's life, a fellow citizen? And I could look past the fact that we're all countrymen and women, or she, they, it's, or pineapple, SpongeBob, Patrick, starfish, hot dog flavored water, gender. Um, I could, look past that, but it's become so personal. It's become a way of, so many people didn't understand that, and that's okay. Watch the last live, and you will learn the origin of the new gender, which is uh, there are people amongst us that are pineapples that have SpongeBob that lives within, and yeah, enjoy the new gender. But aside from that, the energy it takes, the malice, the vitriol, and the strategy, like the people using discords and little chat groups and pages dedicated to congregating like some sort of reverse perverted church where they go to worship each other and their like-minded opinions and pick their targets, and then they just use their target's content against them. But it's not really just against them. It's a way for them to show a lack of originality. Another reason, like, I can't understand it, and I can't judge what I can't fully understand, I suppose. So I can only offer the opinion from an observer standpoint. Why the fuck do people spend hours upon hours, days upon days, talking about other people? You have your own life, live it. Stop worrying and trying to learn all the details of your enemies. Your enemies win when you succumb to this obsession. And this obsession is widespread, and no wonder why our country goes to shit when we have hundreds, if not thousands, and way more than that, people of assembling on the internet to rally against some weakling, somebody who already can't mentally defend themselves or stand up for themselves. So what is it? Just is there art in watching your own destruction of someone else? It's a sick, sick thing. And I don't understand it. I don't want to understand it. I think I did. I came close. I think for 3 full days. I allowed myself to get sucked in because it felt so damn soothing and easy to go with the tide. As I always say, easier to think alike and not be an individual, not be an independent thinker, stand no ground of your own, just join the ground of the many, and you have no battles to truly fight because you'll never have to fight on your own. And any fight that's worth fighting is usually done on a singular front, unless the stakes are high. The stakes aren't high with all these little hive minds running around these YouTube streets, trolling and trying to, I don't know, socially stigmatize and humiliate and justify their actions and get the police and involved. And you know what I learned today? I learned my brother in New York, my blood, my brother is getting swatted, and I haven't had a chance to talk to him since I left a message, and it outrages the hell out of me. We don't share the same last name, so I'm assuming and hoping with all my heart. Ain't nothing to do with me. I'm pretty damn sure of that. My assumption is my brother was made a target because my nephew he's in a popular group that is advertising via being athletes, and there's hate for people that are trying to succeed at anything. So I need to clarify and speak to my brother about all these details and help him as much as I can, because this is the kind of thing where, this is my blood. It's the only brother I got. I don't care that it's just just our mother that brings us together as brother and brother. Uh, that's I will fight to the end for him and for my niece and my nephew. That niece is the closest thing I've had to a daughter, and that nephew is the closest thing I've had to a son. So I'm going to get some answers, and that will be a private fight because I have no interest in dragging anybody else for the sake of views and insulting their not their intelligence, your intelligence. You all deserve better than anybody's personal plights unless it can be made relatable and have some kind of lesson. But I promise this, let me find that it is anybody that's solely somewhat connected through any extension to somebody that I fucking know, and I will go that extra mile, and that'll be that. No words need be spent more than that. I have heard from my mother, from my brother, that he has been suffering swatting at 4:45 in the morning last time, where that he has to argue with officers to not come inside, and that they have no right, and that everything's okay. So I think I've said enough about that. But it's on my mind. Anytime I think of bullies online, there's nothing more cowardly than people that this is not me. Try promise I'm not trying to attract the fucking beehives out there or the mosquitoes and the bloodsuckers, but if you are out there and you take pride in waking up every day and your most meaningful action of the day is just sitting on your fucking fat ass and harassing somebody and their families, I've got no empathy. You may as well call me a psychopath because I have zero compassion for a human being, for a fucking shit stain that does something like that. You have my fucking guarantee. Everything on YouTube should stay on YouTube if we were civil. And it's the people, I'll say this time and time again, that keep breaking that threshold and crossing that line that will be responsible for a draconian, terrible administration like the Bidens to take away the very freedoms we've always appreciated and enjoyed. And it'll be justified because of stupid, wanton acts of humiliation and using the resources of the law just to get a one up on somebody and laugh about it in a fucking video. Give me a break. Get a life. Do something with yourself. Do something meaningful. I'll never understand people. YouTube is my job. Unless you got like a million something followers, you can't convince me of that. But congratulations. You're a somebody on the internet and you're a fucking nobody in the real world. This probably sounds a little bitter. It's not my intention, but I did want to come on here and address this solely inspired by a less than 2 minute video I caught from somebody I'm not subscribed to, and I fail to see the motivation to drag somebody out and go to the person's stage of choice where they know they can group up on this person. You're not looking for a legitimate, honest battle of any words or understanding. You're no fighter, warrior, or hero. You are everything that is the antithesis of that. You're the opposite of that. You're a coward times fucking four to the infinite degree. And I hope those of you out there that take part in such a thing just fucking, I don't know, reevaluate yourselves and your life. What's up, CBC? So that was all I came here for. And if you're familiar, once again, it's the last video that was done by somebody that's pretty common on the YouTube streets I used to be a regular on. But yeah, don't feed it. Try not to. But if you see it, I do hope you call it out for what it is. And that is the extent and entirety that I wish to come on here for at this hour. Good night, good luck, and take care.